Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sidri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to be part of NMUC and NMIA. And I should thank very much the president of NMIA for giving this opportunity. Right. So we will be talking much on the transformation or transforming port for the future, which is about human capital, technology, and also operational excellence. Now, we understand that the global maritime industry is actually under pressure, which is due to the rapid transformation due to globalization, digitalization, automation, sustainability goal, and shifting trade, as well as the underlying or the underpinning issues of what they call the green technology, which I think everybody is talking about greening the maritime industry in terms of port, in terms of shipping, and so on. So to stay competitive, the port must evolve from traditional, what they call the infrastructure focus, and we need to look into what we call now the smart, efficient, and human-centered logistic ecosystem. So we will be talking about the three areas, which are, or the three pillars, which are the human capital. Second is the technological innovation. And the third one is, of course, the operational excellence. Now, first one, let's look at the human capital, which is actually the core of the port transformation. Number one is the human element in modern port. Now, human element in the port must be very, very concerned about safety, number one, yeah, because safety is a paramount importance as far as the port is concerned. So I think we need to understand that the port is categorized under 3 or 4D, which is the dangerous, difficult, what they call dirty, and also very demanding. So these areas are very, very important. So definitely safety concern is very paramount. Number two is efficiency. Port handling has to be very, very efficient. This is due to trying to, as far as possible, alleviate the customer satisfaction. The third one is innovation. What must be innovated, not only in terms of physical, as well as in terms of technology, in terms of human resources, and so on. And the fourth one is in terms of customer satisfaction. Now, customer satisfaction is very, very important because customers have the greatest choice as to which port they want to go. The second one is in terms of workforce upskilling and training. So, human resource in the port must be upskill and reskill. It doesn't matter. Say, for example, a forklift driver who has been driving the forklift for 10 years. So he has to undergo reskilling and upskilling, right? Because everything changes. The technology changes, cargo changes, and situation changes, and so on. It's very, very important for upskilling and reskilling. This one will have to be for all levels. It doesn't matter from which level it is. Even the stevedots, the supervisors, the officers, as well as the managers at the top. Now, leadership and change management. Leadership must be playing a very, very important role. Leadership should have or must have vision for the future, not only for the port management, is as well as the manpower planning and also in terms of port development. D is the HR strategy for future port. Number one is we are talking about competency-based framework. every workers, every staff must be competent. Okay. The second one is they must be multidisciplinary role. Multidisciplinary role, which means that they can do multiple jobs. All right. So in other words, or another thing is they have to be under the culture of lifelong learning. So they have to keep on learning from the very first day they start at the port. So continue learning, and the management must provide all these opportunities for the lifelong learning. Third one is technology, the catalyst for the future ready port. Technology, very, very important in terms of automation and also AI integration. Nowadays, people are talking about AI, and all staff in the port area must be guided by the AI. But one thing we must understand, AI is powerful as long as or as long as the manpower managing it are powerful. So in other words, you still need the manpower at the back of AI. All right. The other one is real-time tracking and efficiency. Real-time as far as a port is concerned, monitoring for data collection and decision making, and the same thing with the customer or the port user. They want to be as far as possible in terms of real-time as far as tracking their cargo and so on. So the third one is the we need to optimize operation with digital twins, which means that the existing operation as well as the tracking system must be working together. So for better tracking and so on. So the other one is on port community system, which is PCS. All right, data sharing among the stakeholders. Stakeholders are very important. They are the people that give life to the port, and whatever it is, we need to share what we have with them. So in other words, they are connected with the port under the PCS. They improve coordination and transparency. So working together, the shippers, the transporters, warehouses, we need to work together and under the transparency condition, which means that there's no secrecy. So in terms of operation, in terms of technology, in terms of cost, in terms of pricing, all these things must be transparent for the user. So enhance customer experience. This will definitely enhance the customer's experience and then as well as the customer's satisfaction. That is the most important thing, customer satisfaction. Now, C is cybersecurity and data governance. Cybersecurity, people now are very, very updated about AI, and people can more or less work into the port data. There are times when unknowledgeable, unknowingly, they will more or less steal our data for their own benefit. So cyber security or cyber risk is very, very important. We have to protect our data because data is very, very important. The moment they can get hold of our data, there's so many things that they can do negatively, and this is not good for the future of the port. D is sustainability and green technology. Technology-driven environment impact. So I think these are the main issue that IMO and also the international organization are talking about of greening the maritime industry. So port itself, the shipping industry, as well as the transportation and so on, supply chain, logistics. It must be following the international governing principle, which is the green technology. So in other words, we must be very, very friendly with the environment. So achieving ESG, which is the environment, social governance. All right. So port must be aware of all these things. Okay. Another word is, or another thing is regarding the decarbonization goal. This one is more or less on shipping and machineries to avoid the the emissions of the emissions of CO2 worldwide, which is very, very scary as far as we are concerned, in the depletion of ozone layer that is giving us the global warming. Fourth is the operational excellence, integrating people and technology. This one is the most important thing. All right. So people and the technology must be integrated together. In other words, to give a streamlined processing, in other words, a process, the operational process with respect to documentation, SOPs, and so on, must be streamlined. In other words, it has to be seamlessly in the efficiency performance. So the second one is predictive scheduling. So when the procedures are intact, in other words, everybody knows about the procedures, everybody knows how to improve the procedures, everybody knows how to make the procedures cost effective. This one will be giving a seamless operation. So which means that whatever that must be done can be predictive schedule. In other words, it can be predictively scheduled. The third one is the on cost and efficiency gain. Like I said, if everything is running perfectly well in terms of procedures and so on, everybody's are happy. So when efficiency is attained, productivity is attained, definitely it will give a lower cost. And I think that is the target for almost all organizations, which means that when the cost is reduced, definitely profitability will increase. B under 4 is a quality, safety, efficiency, and standard. Very, very important. Under ISO, we have a lot of ISO. We have a lot of standards that can be followed, like ISO 9001, ISO 14001, ISO 45001. All these things is with regards to operations. Now the TQM and the Six Sigma, this one is with regards to the efficiency, the use of efficient coordination between manpower and so on, right? So just to make sure that everything is running perfectly, to ensure number one is quality, number two is safety, number three is efficiency standard. All right, so C, collaboration and stakeholder engagement. This is one of the most important thing, which means working together or collaborate together with the stakeholder, because they are the people that have interest on the pot. So which means that the stronger our collaboration or engagement, the better it will be. Just to ensure efficiency, productivity, as well as what they call customer satisfaction. Because customer is the one, customer is the king. We need to make sure that customer is or customers are really satisfied as far as the port is concerned, as far as the port management is concerned, as far as the port operation concerned, and so on. So another important thing here is we encourage the private partnership, public-private partnership, which is PPP. This is the collaboration between the private as well as the public. So we have the understanding, the world understanding that private sector is efficient. So it is important. It is advisable to bring in the involvement of the private sector into the port operation. D is a performance measurement. So under this or under what we call the KPI for the port, we do have quite a number of KPI like the ship turnaround time, berth occupancy, and so on to make sure that the KPI is always monitored and the KPIs is within range. So again, here is the collection of data that is very much required so that we can base on or whatever evaluation that we based will be based on data driven. So in other words, there has to be a system where we need to collect whatever data that is necessary. So the synergy between the human capital, technology, and operational excellence, it is very, very important, very important. So these three layers, which is the human capital, the technology, and the operational excellence must be coordinated. So we have a synergy. We have the synergy. If we have the human capital right, based on the planning, we have the technology, the right technology installed, and these two things will be assisting us in terms of the operation. So in other words, we with the human resource development, with the technology that we have, so we will be assured of the operational excellence. So the case example here is we have Malaysia Smart Port. We do have port like Port Klang, Westport. We have the PTP as well as we have Johor Port, and we are working together in the in the case of trying to place ourselves in the what they call group called the Smart Port. So we are actually moving into the smart port transition. Of course, there are so many things that we need to do. Of course, we need to base it on the technology, the AI, and so on for us to move into this smart port transition. So number 7 is a policy and strategic recommendation. So we need to invest in maritime education. Maritime education is very, very important. Like I said, in port area or in fact in any organization, human power or human development is very, very important. It starts, this is the basic, all right, for any organization. So we need to have a really very, very learned manpower. It starts from the bottom until the top. All right. So we need to, again, the second one, foster research and development collaboration between organization and between countries that we can share our experience. And of course, we have to incentivize the digital adoption. Okay, digital is the basis for us to make important and learned decision making. So we need to have digital system so that whatever data that is being captured more or less can be used. Regional cooperation framework. This is where I think we need to work together within countries, especially now that we are collaborating between Malaysia and Pakistan. There's a lot of things that we can really work together, benefit together from whatever knowledge that we have, from whatever experience that we have. So very, very important. So we need to give our inclusive HR strategy. That means we have to work together as far as increasing, especially the human resource part. So in conclusion, so we need to have a skilled human capital. Number 2 is the digital transformation. And the third one is operational excellence. Like I said, so the start of it is the skill, human manpower. Look at it, find the gap, and try to establish what is important in increasing the human resource capital to the most efficiency level. Next one is of course digital transformation. Digital, in fact, AI is expensive, so we have to be very prudent as far as digital transformation is concerned. Choose what is important for us. Start progressively, right? So we can more or less get the benefit of it. The last one is, of course, on the operational excellence. Operational excellence. This is the target, all right, for every port, for every organization. We must target operational excellence. So I think that is more or less a conclusion from me. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.